So I'm back again working on the truck. Still really haven't made any progress. I've figured out that the fuel pressure is good, IPR is good, crank sensor is good. A lot of things are good, but I have an issue with the body control module or the PCM, whatever you want to call it. It's having a link error now, which it didn't have before because before the theft light and everything wasn't on, but it wouldn't start. Last night it kind of sounded like the injector started firing, and then I went kind of through the whole system with the scan tool again, and then went into the actual like security part of the system and messed with that a little bit. But I think when I did that, it kind of brought to life what actually was going on. So this is the code I'm getting. It says there is no PCM identification. So I think maybe the theft light was fooling itself or something before. I'm not sure. I'm going to take the key and the ECM to Ford. They said they can bench program it, and hopefully I don't have to tow this thing down to them. But I feel like either the ECU burnout or something's wrong with the ECM because everything's there for this engine to run. I think it's just not getting a good signal for the fuel, so I don't think it's really firing the injectors. The only other thing that I could really try next, I also tried the fuel shutoff switch that's in the passenger side kick panel. You can't really tell, but I pulled that off yesterday and made sure it was actually not tripped or anything, because this was like a work truck. So if there's too much of like a I don't know, if there's too much force, it like trips it. So it wasn't that. I think it's just this ECM, and hopefully I don't have to buy a new one because they're expensive. So hopefully I could just take this down, get it programmed, come plug it in, and this thing will fire up, because I don't think there's anything else really that it could be other than the ECM, because it has everything it needs. It has this crank signal, it has the fuel. It's just not getting the fuel to the engine because it doesn't like smoke or anything. If that doesn't work, I probably should have done it beforehand, but since I know it's not firing the injectors anymore. Oh, I also put a new IDM in, injection control module, and I swapped, well, I didn't put a new one, I swapped a good one out of a known running truck, and that didn't do anything. So yeah, I think what I was planning on doing, because I did hear the injectors firing last night, was to pull the valve cover and see if it's actually squirting oil out of the top of the injectors. But since it's not, there's no like audible clicking coming from the injectors, I know they're not firing now. So whatever this is, hopefully I can figure it out so I can get this truck running, and then I could go have it cleaned. And I found a gas one that has the same color interior and everything, with like perfect interior. So hopefully the guy, he's supposed to call me today. Hopefully he calls me and says I can come buy the interior, because I'm probably going to buy every piece of interior out of the truck. Hopefully I don't have to spend too much, because that's all that's really left in the truck is the interior. So hopefully I can get the interior, and then this thing won't look like a work truck anymore. It'll be like a nice truck. I'll have the outside detailed, and it'll look pretty decent for you know, like an $1,800 excursion. So I'm gonna go to the Ford now and see what they tell me. Well, the hours via Google were incorrect, but I guess Monday I'll go take that ECM to get reprogrammed. I was hoping to have it done today so I could make sure that truck like runs now. But since I can't do that, I'm probably going to pull the twins off of the JZ right there. And I might have a surprise in store for later, because I may be, I don't know, I might be putting a single turbo on it. But I need to get it first, and I'm probably going to do that after SEMA and all kinds of stuff. So I'm probably just going to pull the twins off it right now, throw them up for sale, and then hopefully by Monday, and then I might wash my truck, clean my truck tonight, because it is pretty dirty and dusty and stuff. I may throw the new wheels on. I need to get some new like ball joints and stuff. I may actually wait to put the wheels on because I plan on putting the King Ranch wheels on the Excursion, and then I'm going to put the Platy wheels on my truck. So yeah, I think I'm going to get to taking apart the JZ, well, at least the twins off of it for now, and get ready for a big single. Yeah. The oil that's coming out of the JZ looks really good. I'm not sure how many miles it has on it or anything, but it so far it looks decent. I mean, I was expecting it to be let's make sure this isn't, yeah, I was expecting it to be really like nasty, but I mean that looks pretty good. So I'm still well, I'm about to pull these twins off of here just so I can get it all ready for the single conversion whenever that happens. But yeah, I guess Trevor told me that you can pull everything off at once as an assembly. I feel like it's gonna be a pain to do it that way, but I'm gonna try it and see what happens. I wish I could time lapse, but I still need to get an actual action cam again. Probably before SEMA I'll get one, so after that I'll be able to time lapse again. I was hoping to get two, but we'll see what happens. And then get all this stuff off of here when I get back, maybe throw the single stuff on here, and hopefully I have the Excursion fixed by Monday. And I don't know, SEMA's coming up. I'm pretty pumped about it because there's gonna be a lot of cool, like, I love like new parts and stuff, and you get to see like all the cool stuff that's going on and gonna be happening. So I need to get this thing ready.
Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper. Well, it's not as far-fetched as it may seem. In fact, both local San Francisco papers are investing a lot of money to try and get a service just like that started. Science editor Steve Newman reports on one person already using the brand new system.
Examiner. These editors are programming today's copy of the paper into that same Ohio computer. When the telephone connection between these two terminals is made, the newest form of electronic journalism lights up.
The turbos are off, and now it is just ready for a single. And I did a time lapse with my larger camera of taking the turbos and everything off. So here's all the tools that I used, and I'll have these wrenches and stuff. I'll have links in the description, and I'll kind of put like a list together of all the stuff it took to actually remove the turbos. I mean, it takes a little bit. I think it may be a little bit faster to do it this way. It's kind of more of a pain and more tedious. Maybe not too much more tedious, but you just undo all these bolts. This last one right here, as you saw, maybe you might have seen, but you get all these undone, and then as you loosen this, you start to pull the manifold more and more back, and then you can get a wrench in there and screw it. You really can't get your hand in there because the wastegate actuator and the coolant line kind of take up this area right here, so it's really tight. But for the most part, all these other ones are actually really easy to get to. I think these top three right here I could get with the electric impact. All these were really easy to get after I took the oil drain and the support brackets off. But right now, I didn't have to take these apart, but I'm going to end up selling them. So I'm going to make sure that none of the wheels look damaged, and I'm verifying that they are true USDM turbos, because the USDM ones had steel wheels instead of the ceramic wheels that came in the JDM ones. So if they do have steel wheels, they are worth a little bit more. And yeah, so I'm going to do that. Really, I've just been kind of getting back into the swing of things. So hopefully I can get the dailies going again, and then figure out what I'm going to do with this JZ. I might put it in my Z because it's a rear sump. But I might put in, I don't know what I'm going to put this in. I want to put it in FD, but I'd have to find one first. And then the truck, hopefully Monday I can get that thing running. But yeah, today is Saturday, and I'm just kind of just hanging around. Weird thing that I see on these turbos, it almost looks like one of them is brand new. Externally, it looks the same. Maybe it was rebuilt or something. So this is the rear turbo right here, and it doesn't look that new. It looks the same condition as this one. I mean, both of them don't have any play, but if you come to the front turbo and look at that, like, it looks like it's a used turbo. I mean, it's still good and everything. The blades are just dirty. Like, it has maybe the seal leaks a little bit, or there's blow by in the engine, who knows. But you come over to the rear turbo, and I mean, that turbo looks brand new. Though, like, there's nothing, no deposits or anything on the blades. I don't know. It looks like a brand new turbo to me. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe it was rebuilt. Maybe, I don't know exactly how it could be that clean. I guess maybe the engine doesn't have any blow-by, because it would definitely have, it'd be dirty. It would have deposits on it. But to be that clean off a used engine, I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of, it almost looks like that turbo never even ran. But both of them checked out good. I'm going to put them back, put all that stuff back together, so when somebody actually decides to purchase it, it's all together and they could just put it on their JZ. So I'm going to do that now. It's getting pretty late. I kind of was planning on being done already, but kind of been hanging out. And well, I'm done for tonight. I just need to, I'm warming the truck up. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with a single turbo setup, and have the twins off. It's weird how the lighting is when the you know, those bulbs are on compared to like the normal daylight. So yeah, turbos are off. I have little paper towels in there just so nothing finds its way inside there. I threw those up for sale, it was weird because that one like is super clean. Trevor said it might like some old lady probably drove it or something, where it never actually even opened the valve to use that turbocharger on the rear. I don't know. So I'm gonna probably go home and watch a movie or something, edit this video, charge my laptop first because it died earlier after I got done uploading the video today, and figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow. I might just do some house stuff tomorrow because I haven't really worked on my house too much lately. So see you guys next time. Check out the description for the tools I used in the video and subscribe.